I felt like I had to protect myself from being hurt from people that I love. But I couldn't figure out how I was gonna make it. She was like, treat people how you wanna be treated. And that is always how I think about it.
Looks like Alicia Keys didn't just clap back. She went nuclear. She flat out accused Lala Anthony of being secretly engaged to her man Swizz Beatz, and the way she did it, loud enough for the whole world to hear. What was once just a shady whisper in the background has now blown up into a scandal trending everywhere with no signs of cooling down. But here's the shocking twist. The more you dig, the less it feels like a random outburst, and the more it looks like a messy chess game that's been unfolding for years. Was Lala really double playing her best moves in silence, or is somebody pulling strings in the background, stirring up pure chaos on purpose? Because now old photos are resurfacing, cryptic captions are getting reread, and insider tips are coming out of nowhere, and none of it fits neatly together. One cryptic message even had Alicia asking, would it make us look crazy if we talk about the unthinkable? That's not just a lyric, it feels like a warning shot. Word on the streets is Alicia went public with these accusations deliberately, forcing everyone to side-eye not only her marriage, but her entire circle of so-called friends. And the moment she dropped that bombshell, people started piecing together things from years ago. Little interactions, random sightings, captions that suddenly hit different. Once those dots connected, the internet exploded. Every post, every old tweet, every blurry paparazzi shot, suddenly it was all evidence fueling the storm. Insiders claim Alicia wasn't just hearing whispers for the first time, she's been clocking suspicious stuff for a while. Strange texts at odd hours, friendly late-night link-ups, cryptic social media vibes, things that now look way too obvious. So here's the burning question. Was Alicia just now catching on to the truth, or did she know the whole time and finally decide she's done playing the role of the smiling wife? Because if the rumors are right, this so-called secret engagement may have been unfolding right under her nose for years. And the deeper you start connecting these dots, the messier it looks. Some of these so-called cover-up relationships and carefully staged public appearances are starting to feel less like coincidence and more like somebody's playing a very intentional game. And let's be real, it didn't take long before the internet lost its mind. Reactions were flying everywhere like wildfire. Some folks were shocked, some laughing it off, and others dropping straight-up sass that could cut glass. One fan wrote, wait, Swizz Beatz and Lala Anthony are allegedly having an affair? Well, Alicia Keys, it's called karma, baby. You could practically hear the side-eye through the screen, because what goes around always comes back. And Alicia herself once sang it best. Her song, Karma, is suddenly aging like fine wine in the middle of this drama. But of course, the internet twisted it with that classic narrative. How you got 'em is how you lose 'em. And fans were quick to remind everyone of Alicia and Swizz's controversial beginnings. And let me tell you, people are not letting this slide. Fans are digging up receipts, remembering exactly how Alicia and Swizz first got together. And now the whole situation is circling back like unfinished business. Add in Lala sneaking into the picture so quietly, and you can almost feel the tension buzzing under every single comment section. But here's where it got extra nasty. The very first time whispers of Lala and Swizz started floating around, Swizz turned into a one-man crisis management team. He was shutting things down left and right, trying to kill the noise before it caught fire. And don't forget, this all came right when Lala's split from Carmelo Anthony was still hot in the headlines. Then boom, curveball accusations hit that she was allegedly tangled up with Swizz Beatz. And let's be clear, this wasn't just some random blog running its mouth. Radio chatter got real messy when host Ms. Jones claimed she received a DM straight from someone inside Swizz's own camp. The message? Lala was supposedly head over heels for Swizz, but he had made it crystal clear he wasn't leaving Alicia for her. And of course, Swizz wasn't about to let that narrative run wild without stepping in. He stormed the comment section like a man on a mission, dropping that now infamous line, "Knock it the F off, ZZ," and the whole internet saw it go down. And apparently, Alicia bought it because Swizz didn't stop there. He flipped right into full-on love bomb mode for her birthday. And when I say over the top, I mean it took 2 whole months for her gift to even arrive. Why? Because it was a $300,000 custom Maybach.
Period, huh?
All right, so are you pulling it back? Ready?
Okay, I don't know how to do this.
You just go like this, and you pull it.
Yeah, pull it back. Follow easier. Sheesh.
Ooh. That's crazy.
Nah, that's... Sheesh.
It's crazy.
Nah, in person?
A jaw-dropping, flashy statement that screamed, "I'm loyal, I'm devoted, don't question me." But wait, he didn't stop at luxury cars. Swizz hit the studio and even remixed some of Alicia's own tracks, teaming up with rapper Marv Milley, who laced the record with bars praising her artistry, her legacy, even going as far as to call her the R&B Rosa Parks. Like, hold up, how Rosa Parks get pulled into this love triangle mess? Still, the whole thing came off like one giant parade of romance, grand gestures, and flashy devotion, public declarations stacked on top of expensive distractions. And here's the kicker, maybe that was the point all along. Because looking back now, those extravagant gifts don't just read like love bombs, they look like smoke screens. Strategic moves to keep Alicia dazzled so she wouldn't look too close at what might have been happening behind her back. And just when everybody thought this was strictly a Lala situation, boom, another layer of scandal pops up out of nowhere. Now here's where it gets even wilder. Word on the curb is Swizz Beatz might have gotten somebody else pregnant. And no, not Alicia, not even Lala, but another woman completely, and allegedly, she's a white girl. The internet went crazy. Wait, Swizz Beatz got a side chick pregnant and she's white? Oh, Alicia Keys girl? The timelines were melting down with shock, memes, and disbelief. But of course, with drama like this, nothing is ever that simple. Some fans are convinced the so-called other woman doesn't even exist, that she's just a cover-up to keep Lala's name from blowing up in headlines again. Basically, the theory is that the pregnancy rumor and the mystery white woman angle were cooked up to disguise the real story. And if that's true, then it makes you wonder just how long Alicia has been quietly living with this ticking time bomb of a scandal while the rest of us were busy gossiping on the sidelines. Every layer of this mess just keeps stacking higher, like scandal on top of scandal, teabag after teabag steeping into one giant boiling pot. And honestly, that makes Alicia's decision to finally go public with the secret engagement drama a lot more understandable. Because at this point, how could she ignore it? The history, the whispers, the distractions, they've all been building, waiting to explode. And speaking of history, this isn't even the first time Lala and Swizz set off alarms. Long before this alleged engagement, the energy between them had already been sparking rumors and raising eyebrows. So let's rewind a little, because this didn't just pop up out of nowhere. Back when Lala was still married to Carmelo, she and Swizz were spotted together more often than people realized. And if you paid attention, their body language told a whole different story. Lingering eye contact, quiet conversations off to the side, and those smiles that just lasted a little too long.
Looks of the night. Bro, you know, you're not doing too bad yourself. You come through and shut it down every single time. Tell me what you both are looking forward to tonight.
Just having fun and seeing a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time. You know, this is a night of art, supporting the Met as artists and collectors ourselves, and we just want to have fun and just have that New York state of mind.
Of course, you have so many big New York records.
You know the kind, when it doesn't scream just friends, it screams something more. Remember that event where Alicia and Swizz were all over each other, giving that staged little PDA moment, her rocking the no makeup look, looking like the perfect couple? Well, the whispers say just a few feet away, Lala and Swizz had their own private bubble going on. Same lingering looks, same too long smiles, and the vibe did not feel innocent. And then came the Met Gala, cameras flashing everywhere, Alicia glowing on the carpet, and Lala suddenly sliding into a little on-camera interview with Swizz. She was complimenting him, keeping the energy upbeat, throwing him all the right questions. And Swizz, he was laughing, smiling, leaning in, clearly vibing with her. Nothing over the top, but enough that people in the crowd noticed and started whispering. Friendly on the surface, but the undertones were buzzing. So honestly, for a lot of people, this alleged secret engagement doesn't even feel shocking anymore. Some are saying it looks more like the natural outcome of an energy that's been shimmering for years, like sparks hiding in plain sight, just waiting for the right moment to ignite. And the part that really makes people side-eye Lala, if you look close, it almost feels like she's been playing the long game from the jump, laying the groundwork years in advance without anyone catching on until now. Every time the streets start connecting Lala to Swizz like clockwork, boom! Another random man pops up in the story out of nowhere. First, it was that New York entrepreneur named Bear. Before that, it was some other mystery dude nobody could even put a name on. And every single time, Lala never confirms. But she never denies either. She just lets the rumors swirl, keeps quiet, and lets the internet run wild with its own imagination. No Instagram couple pics, no captions screaming booed up, nothing public at all. And if you think about it, that's actually kind of genius. While the blogs are busy chasing side quests and made-up love stories, nobody's keeping their eyes on the main storyline, her connection to Swizz. If that's really been the strategy this whole time, that's PR chess at its finest. Quiet moves, loud distractions, keeping her name moving but never tied down. But here's the flip side. Every game eventually unravels, because no amount of smoke and mirrors can hide the fact that Alicia just put Lala's name front and center in this secret engagement mess. And the second Alicia did that, suddenly all those random flings, those cover-up boyfriends, those mystery men start looking less like love stories and more like distractions, a shield against the real drama brewing in the background. And don't forget, the internet hasn't erased how Alicia and Swizz even started. Back in 2010, the exact year Alicia and Swizz tied the knot, he divorced Mashonda Tafrere. Mashonda was loud about it. She claimed Swizz cheated and that Alicia knew he was still married when their relationship kicked off. She even said she was blindsided by the divorce, completely unaware that Swizz was about to marry Alicia just months later. And while Swizz, Alicia, and Mashonda have long tried to sell us that picture-perfect blended family vibe, plenty of fans never bought into it. One comment online summed it up with brutal honesty. Swizz didn't build a happy blend, he broke that woman's heart. He caused chaos and now he's trying to normalize it with staged media photos. That cut deep. And honestly, it reflects exactly how a lot of people feel. So when you look at this current Lala situation, it's hard not to see it as history repeating itself. The over-the-top love bombs, the private whispers, the flashy distractions, it all feels way too familiar. Alicia isn't just facing some random scandal here. She's staring down a pattern that's been haunting her marriage since the very beginning. This time, though, she's not sitting quiet. She's drawing a line in the sand, making it crystal clear that the past won't be repeated without consequences. And here's where the bomb really drops. Sources are whispering that Alicia is preparing to file for divorce. And the alleged reason? Swizz may have fathered a child outside of their marriage. One shocked fan put it bluntly. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz divorcing? Child, how you get them is how you lose them. The internet ran wild with that line, echoing the same karma narrative people have been repeating for years. But this isn't just gossip anymore, because the word on the street is that Alicia found out through actual legal paperwork. We're talking about court-ordered paternity tests, not just whispers or blogs. Imagine that, getting hit with documents proving your husband's been living a double life behind your back. This bombshell dropped right after Alicia and Swizz had just plastered Instagram with their picture-perfect 15 years of magic anniversary celebration. Smiles, hand-holding, glowing captions. The whole fairy tale vibe. But if the timeline is right, Alicia might have already been clutching those paternity results in her hand while taking those photos. Can you imagine? That's not just shady, that's diabolical levels of PR control most people couldn't even dream of pulling off. But here's what makes this betrayal cut deeper than the usual he cheated story. Because if Swizz really has a new child on the way, it changes everything. It raises the ultimate question. Where does Lala fit into all of this? The engagement rumors are still circling heavy. So if Alicia really ends the marriage over this baby, could that be the moment Lala moves from alleged side piece into full-on public fiancé? Would Swizz really be reckless enough to replay the same scandal he once started with Alicia, just with Lala stepping into her shoes? Because the timing is lining up way too perfectly. And when you stack all of that on top of Alicia's own history with Swizz, the messy way their love story began, Mashonda's accusations of betrayal, the carefully staged blended family photo ops, it's hard not to see this as pure karma finally catching up. The same type of scandal that once crowned Alicia the winner in 2010 is now circling back. Only this time, she's the one left standing on the other side of the storm. So that brings us to the final messy question. Is this just a case of devastating bad timing? Or has Lala been playing the long game all along? Was this a carefully orchestrated move? Or just one giant coincidence that exploded right on Alicia and Swizz's anniversary? Let me know what you think in the comments. Was this all planned from the start or just wild fate? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more drama breakdowns like this.